my name is Megan, and today I've got another edition of If You Like This Show, You Might Like These Books for you. Alright, so today I've got some of my favorite shows for you. Some that I've started recently, some that I've been watching for a while now, some that are finally finished, so you can watch all of the episodes. But let's go ahead and dive into today's recommendations. So the first one is The Owl House. If you guys love this show as much as I do, you're gonna end up loving Mooncakes. So Mooncakes has this very fun, cute art style. It also has a similar kind of quiet queer story through it, and it's got magic and magic in like an urban environment, kind of like in the Owl House. It doesn't have a school element, but it does have a magical misadventure, and this one does have a trans main character, or a trans non-binary main character, and the other main character is hard of hearing, so it's just like a fantastic book to dive into if you really enjoyed The Owl House. Next up, if you really like Gilmore Girls, you'll probably really like Pick Me. So Pick Me is set in a tiny town just like Gilmore Girls is, and it's got all these quirky people, and like it follows a main character who has kind of a meet awkward, and like they don't hit it off right away. They have just kind of like butting heads thing going on. Their main characters are so sweet though, because they both really like each other and they won't do anything about it, kind of like Lorelai and Luke in Gilmore Girls. They've got great banter and they kind of become friends, and then they hook up a little bit, and it's just a fantastic story. This one's also set on an orchard, and like the tiny town around it is so quirky and funny, and I love it to pieces, and it's a perfect read if you really enjoyed Gilmore Girls. Okay, so next up, if you really enjoyed Superstore, probably really gonna like The Tribulations of Ross Young. So Superstore is following this bunch of people at work at a superstore not unlike Walmart, that don't necessarily enjoy their job, but they're there and they do a good job. So The Tribulations of Ross Young follows Ross, who works as a night clerk at a convenience store and gas station, and things are just a little bit odd at the night shift. There's supernatural creatures that start coming in trying to scare him off, and when he doesn't scare off easily, they just kind of start considering him one of them, to the point where the supernatural creatures offer him the job of being their kind of human liaison, that does all their business work during the day kind of thing, and it's fantastic. And like Ross is honestly one of my favorite characters because he gets so fed up with these supernatural creatures and continues to do a really good job, and I love it. And like I said, if you really enjoyed Superstore, you're probably really gonna like The Tribulations of Ross Young. Okay, and if you're really into Wednesday, I would highly recommend reading Horrid. Horrid feels like something that Wednesday would pick up and like read. So Horrid is following this girl who and her mom who move into her mother's childhood home after her father passes away, and they're kind of left with no money. And this house has a very bad reputation. It's haunted, and you can't really tell in the book if it's actually haunted or if somebody's like playing tricks on them. And then it's very like psychological thriller haunted house, like ghost, like nasty ghost situation going on, and this just feels like something that Wednesday would pick up and read. And for my last one, if you really enjoyed Sabrina, the Netflix adaptation, you'll probably really enjoy The Scapegracers, but also I think Wednesday would really like this one too. So kind of a crossover there for you. So this follows Sideways Pike, who is kind of a loner and she doesn't really have any friends, but she does magic, and like the popular girls hire Sideways to perform some magic at a pre-Halloween party, and that magic goes kind of sideways, and like the popular girls kind of adopt Sideways into their little clique, and they try to get her a girlfriend. And there's a lot of magical stuff that's in this. Like if you like feral girl gangs, this is a book to read, because this group of girls is absolutely feral and I love them, and they're like unhinged in like the best way, and like they form a little coven and they start doing magic, and it goes all sorts of wrong, and I mean just fantastically wrong. So if you really enjoyed Sabrina, this is definitely one to check out. Alright, so that is it for this edition of If You Liked These TV Shows, You'll Like These Books. What is a TV show that you would recommend a book off of? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!